tend to think is when people demand stuff, my personality is I'm not giving anything to anybody that demands something. If you ask for something, I'm more than willing to oblige. But when I hear, New Orleans fans and demanding and the media is demanding, and my takeaway is, David Stern had a game. You forget this. Some of you 20-year-olds don't remember this. That Sacramento Kings LA Laker game was, I'm not kidding you. It was the firestorm of the NBA season. Every call went to the Lakers. Now, like the Saints game, it wasn't the last game. It was game 6. And in game 7, the Kings were terrible. And the Lakers did what the Lakers often do in big games. They shot the ball well and they won. And Sacramento did what they often do in big games. They choked. But it was as big as this. And I'm not kidding. It was the center of the sports universe for an NBA season. And the NBA didn't, stand up and say, this is bad officiating. It was.
I could see if it was just the media yelling for it, because who are we? But it is the fans that is your customer. And I agree with him. It's not so much about micromanaging or stooping down to a level. It's just sometimes people just want to be heard. That's all there is to it. It was the wrong call.
Yeah.
So, imagine if they had just come out and gave a statement. It would at least have appeased all this outrage.
Can you imagine if I had to have a statement every time I screwed up as a parent? I'd be in the statement business.
Yeah, you do, I'm sure. I'm sure you do have to have a statement to your kids when you screw up.
You know what my statement is? See this roof? You can sleep out in the street. See that bowl of pasta? That dog out in the corner's not making it for you.
Well, I don't know.
Maybe I wouldn't be a good commissioner. Joy Taylor of the News.
No. Heard on the news. This is the HerdLine News.
So, Bill Belichick can't remember the name of a single social media app, or at least he pretends like he doesn't.
Yeah.
I think he's being a little coy there. And we just heard Peter King on Belichick talking about Sean McVay and their texting. Well, according to McVay, he said this season he has basically texted me after every one of our games. After we beat Minnesota in September, he texted, "Man, you guys are really explosive and impressive and fun to watch. Congratulations. Keep it rolling."
Look at that.
Oh, I have so many feelings about this.
Why? Well, what's your feeling?
Okay, first of all, this just kills the whole, Lord of Darkness image that Bill Belichick has. And it's also where's the fun rivalry storyline that is the main storyline behind this Super Bowl? It is like Goff versus Brady. There's some sort of animosity there. The only animosity in this Super Bowl is people just being tired of seeing the Patriots. I'm sure there's some fans around the league who are like, oh, LA fans are very casual. Well, yeah, the team just got here. So there's not going to be hordes of people in the street screaming and hollering, banging their chests over the Rams. They're still trying to decide if they want to be a Rams fan or a Chargers fan at this point, or stick with the Raiders who are leaving California. So this is the one thing. It's the young guy, the hip guy, the player-friendly guy versus the old, cranky, hoodie-wearing coach. And now it's gone.
There is none.
It doesn't even exist. Can't even pretend it. He just squashed it. We're besties. He texts him congratulations after the game.
Well, when Durant and LeBron were battling, they were buddies. Now there's a little more tension. But by and large, coaches and players, it's not the 70s and 80s.
Ugh,
Everybody has this
worst. Come on. Save that for after the game at least.
Well, college is different. Auburn and Alabama will hate each other forever. But most of the time, I think Mike Tomlin and John Harbaugh probably both realize they have great jobs. They still have their jobs. They're getting contract extensions. I don't think it exists in pro sports. I think everybody understands if you're in the NBA or the NFL or Major League Baseball, you're all winning. So why create, college has the rivalries. Pro sports doesn't have rivalries.
I tend to agree with you that there are far less rivalries than there used to be, but this was just a dagger in an entire storyline for this week. It's gone. Poof.
Done.
I'm the only one that cares about that because I'm in the content business, but thank you for ruining that. All right, so Julian Edelman performed his duty as a Patriots veteran in the AFC Championship game in a couple ways. He came up clutch in the fourth quarter and overtime after making two pretty big errors earlier in the game. Then afterwards, he gave some veteran wisdom to rookie Sony Michel. Edelman had some words from Michel about the moment he was enjoying the Pats clinching their Super Bowl ticket. He said, "This is cute. We win that next one. That's where the real fun is. That's where you'll always be a champion. This is cute. This is awesome. Don't get me wrong. But the next one, let's go." So he basically said, simmer down. We won an AFC Championship game. That's nice. It's cute. the Super Bowl is the one where you really celebrate.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like in college. If you win the Big Ten or if you win the SEC, that's awesome. That's your first step. But if you're a really big boy program and you go and get smoked in the bowl game, then it's a crappy offseason. Like, you want to win the final game.
Well, it's also, I think, a big part of the Patriots' mentality because they've been there so much that this is just another game. And Greg Jennings talked about it. Like, he wasn't nervous in the Super Bowl because you just treat it like another game. If you treat it like the Super Bowl, which I'm sure if you're a rookie, that's hard not to do, then you do get nervous and you do make mental errors. Whereas if it's just, this is just part of your routine. Yes, it's a big game, but every game is a big game. Then you don't get caught up in the lights and the moment and all of that, which I think is hard to do even for a veteran. Finally, the Raiders might be finding some clarity on their quarterback situation, according to Peter King. There's lots of suspicion that they will take a quarterback high. They've got 3 first-round picks and not trade Derek Carr. So, as one personnel guy told me, this is according to Peter King, the Kansas City model of having a young guy learn under a willing veteran, as Patrick Mahomes had with Alex Smith, could be tempting. Now, Smith is a special case. He's generous to a fault, so not sure Carr would be that willing to help a young kid take his job.
I still don't think Derek Carr is a guy I'd let go of. Like, this idea that Derek Carr can't win you a bunch of games. You know who Derek Carr reminds me a lot of, honestly? Tony Romo. Is that when I watch him play, neither has a huge arm but can make the throws. Both are pretty good ad-libbers, but are better from the pocket. You know, I mean, Tony Romo never quite got the next level love. Derek Carr's had good seasons, but never gets the next. If you think you're going to go find Derek Carr in this league, you're out of your gourd. He's a really talented guy.
I think he is, and I think he's taken a lot of the criticism for the state that the Raiders are in right now. And that's what happens when you're the quarterback. You get all the blame, you get all the praise. It's how it works.
Yeah.
But I don't see him as an Alex Smith type of guy who'd be willing to take a young guy under his wing. And listen, I have no problem with that. Training someone to take over your job it's a very rare case where you find someone who's really willing to do that and understanding of that situation. So and Derek Carr seems like a good guy, but he doesn't seem like that kind of guy.
Derek Carr should not try to help somebody replace him. What if they can?
I don't, like, more than anything, you talk about this with Dak. Derek Carr is a stabilizer in a situation that is absolutely chaotic. You don't even know where you're going to play next year. Like, quit worrying about the quarterback. Put some solid pieces around him and figure out where you're going to actually play football next year before you start talking about taking one of your first-round draft picks on a quarterback when you have a quarterback.
If this company brought in somebody and wanted me to tutor him, you know what I'd do? I'd lock that kid in the closet and say, I have no idea where he went. I don't know where he went.
Lost him.
So, yeah, Nick Wright was out here. I sent him to New York. Get him out of here.
That's true.
I don't want anybody replacing me. I got kids going to college. Joy with the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The HerdLine
Bill Romanowski on our last hour. Romo's always fun to have. Coming up next, Matt Barnes, Anthony Davis, gonna be a Laker. Matt Barnes live in studio with some thoughts on that. Using TrueCar, you can find the car you want. With True Price from TrueCar, you can avoid the confusion you encounter online by getting a price you can count on before you get to the dealership. True Price includes the dealer fees, the accessories, and now you know what a fair price is, so when you go to the dealer, you're confident. And you will go to a certified TrueCar dealer, of which there are 15,000 TrueCar certified dealers nationwide. Okay, new or used, doesn't matter. Go to TrueCar, basically to get a more confident car buying experience. Trust TrueCar to deliver the true price. Some features not available in all states, but who does?